Yeah, thanks a lot. Clean energy is not an option, it's a foundation. That is what we are doing. So can you see my screen?
Yes, you're sharing the presentation perfectly. We can see you, we can hear you. All good.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Yeah, my name is Gero Ferges. I'm the CEO of AHT Clean Tech. The company name is AHT Syngas Technology, but our brand is AHT Clean Tech. I will give you a quick overview about AHT, a little bit about the history, our business model, what we are doing, how we earn our money, where we want to go to. I will present you the different technologies we are using, and then I give a short overview about our finances and our growth strategy. Yes, and I hope I can interest you in our company, a clean tech solution company. We realize projects in the energy business, clean, decentralized energy worldwide. We have very good business in Asia. We have realized projects in US as well. Now is the time at the moment to focus on the European market because there's quite a good opportunity for us going on, and we would like to make use of. Our main focus when we realize a project is the design and the construction. So we make all the drawings, we make the definition on how the units needs to be set up. Then we ask one of our 150 technology partners to manufacture according to our specification. And when the goods are ready, we will send them to the location, and we will send our supervisor and our specialists to set it up and to operate it. That is how we realize our business. We are about to setting up the services because with every unit we are installing, we will have a growing business of services. And we will use this as well to, and this is the current situation we are planning to go into the contracting of our units. This means we not just sell the systems and the units, but we want to operate them as well and sell the energy to our customers. And the energy can be syngas as a replacement for natural gas. It can be heat, it can be electricity, and in the future it will be hydrogen, which we want to sell to off-taker or customer who needs energy or this kind of energy. A little bit to the history, I think it's quite interesting what is possible with decentralized energy. The first engine you still have, or still most of us have in our cars, was not operated with natural gas or with diesel or with gasoline. It was operated with a so-called city gas, and this was the energy source which was available a long time ago when oil and gas was not available everywhere. And the complete industrialization took place based on this kind of energy supply. More than 15,000 units were built by the company KHT. My father was responsible for this technology at KHT. When oil and gas became more cheap, it was not so interesting anymore, and that was the time when my father with a partner took over the business, and now I took over the business since quite a while already, and I believe that decentralized energy is the solution for the future. And yeah, maybe one important information, at that time it mainly based on fossil coal, which was available. Nowadays, we are only focusing on renewable sources, residues. That is where we are good at, and but it is based on this technology from that time. Here we want to show you our value chain, what we are using, what products we have, and how we earn our money. So first of all, our advantage is that we can use a wide variety of input materials. This can be wood, this can be biomass like residues from, for example, palm oil industry, but the residues from a sawmill as well, residues from brewery processes. These are all the residues we can use, convert them into a standardized fuel for our system. Therefore, we have different technologies like a hydrothermal carbonization, where we can use liquid input material, convert it into a biocoal. We are using this technology more or less as a drying drying product to dry our input material. We have a wide partnership and network into the biomass preparation. That means to bring the input material in a form that we can use it. Then our core business is, of course, the syngas production. I will explain this in a minute, how it works. High temperature syngas production. We are very good in the conditioning of the gas, specifically when we are using residues. We know how to treat the gas, that it can be used as a fuel for an engine or for a boiler in a way that it is clean and long lasting for the equipment we are using. Since we don't want to have an impact in the environment, we have our own water treatment, which can recycle the washing water we are using. And we have a separation technology for separating gases from our gas mixtures. That is another equipment we have. So yeah, we do engineering. According to our specifications, we build machines, we build whole plants, and we take care of the maintenance and service. And of course, the main business still is the equipment sales. So if a customer has a demand, we design a system quite standardized already, but still according to the demand of our customer. So it's a sale option. We are going into the contracting business, that we don't sell a system, but that we sell the energy, what I mentioned before. And yeah, trade or sale means the trading of the treated input material can be one trade. It can be the energy which we are supplying. And so the products we are selling, if we don't do an equipment sale, can be syngas, can be biochar, can be gases, electricity, heat or cold, and as well emission certificates. How we do it, I will show later. These are the current projects we are working on. We have a good business because of regulations in Japan. At the moment, this is a bit delaying because our customer needs to make the preparation to receive our equipment. That is the situation where we are at. Our components are ready to be shipped. We have as well for so-called carbon recycling facility, we are offering a complete gas cleaning equipment. So carbon recycling means plastic is gasified, so split into the molecules, and these gases are cleaned with our technology. We are the technology provider of a big company, and then with these gases, new plastic is produced. That is our activities in Japan. Now we started to focus more on the German and European market. We have completed a so-called hot gas solution. So this means we provide syngas as a replacement for natural gas. I explain this later. We are in the preparation of a syngas unit using sewage sludge as an input material. And we have all the time several smaller research projects with universities. The latest project is a combination of an electrolysis unit to produce hydrogen with our gasification unit. This increases the output of hydrogen quite a lot. And the good thing is we can use the oxygen from the electrolysis unit to make a better efficiency. And yeah, projects, this is only a small extract of our projects, but we are working on a project in Ghana to have a basis for the African markets, because decentralized energy in Africa is a big topic as well. How we want to expand our business. This is, I mentioned it several times. Here's a little bit of an overview to summarize what we want to do. We have already achieved quite a lot. We are listed at the Xetra and at several other stock exchanges in Germany. We have commissioned an important standardized unit for the Japanese market end of last year. We will commission a syngas plant based on sewage sludge this year. We want to change, sorry, this is still in German. We want to change our company from a from a Dutch N.V to a German AG. That is under preparation. We produce with every gasifier we install, we produce biochar as well. So this is a very interesting product because we can create carbon credits with this. That's something what we are working on. We have the approval of a patent, but it's not published, so we cannot really advertise with this, but it's under preparation. And as I mentioned before, we want to start with the contracting of our systems end of this year, beginning of next year. With this, supply our own locations with our own products. And the future businesses, carbon dioxide credits, I mentioned already before. That is something where we want to expand or increase our business with. Coming a bit to the technology. So basis of all our business is the twin fire syngas system. So we produce a syngas with a high temperature, and this has the advantage that we can use everything which you cannot eat. So in a comparison with the digester gas system, it can use with a biological process, it can use everything what you can eat, but we can use all the stuff like grass, wood, sewage sludge, all the things you cannot use. This is what we use as an input fuel. And at the high temperature, we can, and not a biological process, but at the high temperature, we convert the input material into a syngas. The syngas is a mixture of carbon monoxide, hydrogen, and methane. That is of all our business, that is the core, what we are doing. However, we increase and expand our value chain more and more in order to serve our main product, the twin fire gasification process, and to use it. So we can use, so the special thing of the twin fire gasification process is that we have a combination of two processes. This is based on the very old technology from KHD. So we combine a downdraft gasification process where we extract all the volatile matter from the input material, and remaining is a coal, bio coal. Since normally we want to use all the energy, we make in the lower part an updraft gasification process. So to use all the energy content in the input material. But as I mentioned before, nowadays, this bio coal has an interesting value as a carbon dioxide sink. So if you use this carbon and dig it into the ground, we receive carbon dioxide credits. So it's quite an interesting business where we are coming from the energy side. We normally focus on using all the energy content from the input material and convert it into the syngas. The syngas then can be used for operate a CHP, so combined heat and power unit. We can produce electricity and heat. That is one main business. However, we can use the syngas for industrial applications, specifically for high temperature. I have an example later. So this syngas can replace natural gas, with this enables our customer to be carbon dioxide free production. So we just use gas, burn it in boilers and produce specifically high temperature heat. Since our syngas is containing hydrogen, we have looked into the hydrogen production since a long time to extract the hydrogen from the gas mixture. And we worked since several years, and there's a patent as well, to increase the output of hydrogen with using our twin fire gasification process to have a higher yield of hydrogen. I will explain this in a minute as well. This is the complete value chain and the main business. So the main pillar of our business model. Here you see the whole value chain, starting with the carbonization process to dry liquid material and using in a CHP, using a CHP to produce electricity and heat. So this is the whole value chain. However, sometimes we only use a gasifier with hot gas filter to produce, for example, natural gas replacement. Sometimes we use with a woody biomass, for example, we just use a gasifier until the CHP. That is what we are doing in Japan to produce electricity and heat. And sometimes we offer the whole solution when we have a liquid input fuel like sewage sludge to prepare the sewage sludge into a fuel which is possible to be used within our system. We have standardized sizes. So the main product is our so-called R116 unit, which can produce 1.5 megawatt of thermal output or 500 kW per single unit of electricity. That is our standardized module. That is what we are currently doing a lot, that we focus on the standardization and the setting up of the serial production in order to achieve more output in order to the projects we can deliver. That with a good standardization, we are able to deliver systems faster. We have made a lot of progress here already, but we will improve there, that we can the output of our units and the realization of our products, that this can be faster. Here is another pillar. This is now a specific and a small extract. Here we have only a gasifier and a hot gas filter. We don't really cool the gas, but we call it hot gas, which is a gas at 300 degree centigrade. This is transported to the fabrication facility. I hope you see my mouse. Here's a gas pipeline, and this brings the gas to our customer, to the boiler unit. In this case, it is a painting facility. So the process needs heat, high temperature heat, to dry the painting on the material. And with this unit, we can produce up to 1,500 kW of heat, or per year 11 11,250 megawatts of heat per year. This unit was subsidized by the government because it replaces a lot of carbon dioxide. We can save up to 1,500 tons of carbon dioxide with the operation of this unit. And yeah, if we calculate with the gas price compared to natural gas of 6.9 cent, then these units create a value of 828,000 euro per year in natural gas replacement. And that is what we want to focus on. Again, the core is our R116 gasification unit, which uses, in this case, residues from the production of the customer, like old pallets and packing material, to convert it into a gas. We only shortly clean the gas and then bring it to the boiler or to the burner of this unit. And this is really a lighthouse project, and we receive already a lot of very good feedback that it is so easy to replace the natural gas. Nobody could imagine that the new burners in this high automized fabrication, it's a big company in Germany, that it's so easy to replace the natural gas. And everybody was scared, does the gas has enough heating value? But yes, we produce more gas and more heat than it's needed, and much more easy than everybody thought. And yeah, here I see a big business in Europe and in Germany to replace natural gas. And this is one of the example of the technology what we are doing. Of course, selling a unit is one thing. Operating the unit and have the returns income is even better. That is what we call contracting, becoming an independent power producer. And this is as an example with a project in Japan where 16,000 megawatt hours per year are produced in electricity. In Japan, it's a very high feed-in tariff, so we receive an income of about 4 million euro per year in electricity sales. We reduce 9,600 tons of carbon dioxide. Here we want to become better because we don't really make use of these carbon dioxide certificates, but this will have a big income, will be a big income in the future. And the investment of such a unit for our technology part is about 8 million euro. So that is what we want to do more and more, that we use our own technology. We have operated, sell the electricity and the heat, and in future hydrogen, to operate it for 20 years, to sell the energy with these units, and not just sell the unit itself. Very briefly, this is the future. We are working since quite a while. We have applied for a patent. This is a focus on producing hydrogen. A big consulting company have made a due diligence. A well-known company have made a technical due diligence. So we are preparing this business for the future to use biomass, 1.7 ton of biomass per hour to produce 200 kg of hydrogen. We generate a lot of greenhouse gas reduction certificates, which have a very high value. The time will not be enough. I can explain, I'm very happy to explain more in detail about these projects, but this is what is our future, what we are preparing as a next step. I jump over these slides quick. So biomass, bioenergy is our market where we can address our products. Hydrogen is a market. Of course, there is some competition in a big scale, but in the medium size of products where we are operating, we are quite unique. And yeah, maybe this is more interesting for everyone. So this year we are focusing mainly on the standardization, on the preparation for the new business. That is why 2025 is a bit slow. But we are preparing the future of our company, which is definitely a growing company. We have used the numbers from the GBC research. This is available online as well, where you can see where I explained what we want to do and how our business model looks like. We expect the increasing profit margin as well, because since we changing our business from just a plant supplier to an energy contracting company, this will increase our profit margin as well. We are stock listed company. This is our ownership structure. I'm still a main shareholder, but with some institutional investors with a free float about 24%. We hope I could make our company interesting for you to invest and buy our shares. And now I'm very open to answer your questions.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We already have a few questions in the chat. Let's see, because we just have 2 minutes left. So the first one is, you had some issues in Japan. Are these issues already resolved, or what's the current status?
We have in Japan as a delay because our customer, we selling know-how components. We are very good with producing the know-how components, but locally the customer has a top issue to finalize the balance of plant. So he's preparing this. We are in contact with them. Simple things like the wood drying process needs to be put in place. This is ongoing, but it is a delay. This hurts us quite a lot as well. But yeah, that is the situation. However, we focus on the business using this technology and the standardization we have used in Japan now for our projects in Europe to becoming more independent from this one big customer. It is not solved, it is ongoing, it will continue, but yeah, that's the situation where we are at the moment.
Okay. And how maintenance intensive are these systems, and what are the costs involved?
We offer, and this is our business as well, we offer the service and the operation of the unit. The main work needs to be done as a preparation of the input fuel and to make the input fuel available to the system. That's the main work. Then the technical components, we can offer service contracts over a long period of time, so that companies we are working together with or ourselves offer the service. So the main work with these units is the operation and make sure that the input fuel is available, that the input fuel is transported to the system. That's the main work.
Okay. So sadly, we just ran out of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.